back to Hairy John's YouTube channel and Hairy John's Kitchen today. So today I'm going to make a Blackberry or Bramble wine, however you prefer to say it anyway. So yeah, I hope you enjoy this video. Let's get to the ingredients. Okay, so today I'm only going to be making a gallon of wine. I typically try and make at least 2, but not this year anyway. It's a little test to try out a new yeast anyway, so it's still a Bordeaux Red Wine yeast, which seems to be my favourite. But yes, a different brand this year, so we shall see how it goes. But other ingredients we need are obviously some blackberries, we need some sugar, make sure everything is sterilised before you've used it, fermentation bucket with a lid. We also have a measuring beaker and a new hydrometer, which I always seem to break, and a stirring spoon. Oh yeah, sorry, yeah, and another optional device, but thermometer, yeah, of course. So this is a thermometer you could get for home brewing or making jam, and we're going to use that today. But again, that is kind of an optional thing, that and the hydrometer. So also on the stove, I should point out, this is the rest of the blackberries, and we're going to flash pasteurize today. So that's where we're going to start. So I will put the rest of the blackberries in this, and we will get boiling. Alright, so a little bit of a crude setup. My thermometer is the length of it, or the probe is not adjustable, so it's going to have to stick out of the pan like this, which should be absolutely fine. And what we want to do is we want to bring this to, if we can get it to focus, bring this to around 70 degrees C for 1 minute. And what this does is it just kills off any bacteria, any wild yeast that are present. Yeah, in the wine must at the moment. Now I usually just boil a kettle and pour this over it, over the blackberries, and that will work just fine as well. So just trying something new out today. You can also add Candem tablets after you've poured boiling water over them. That will work fine as well. Alright, so we'll come back when that's about 70 degrees C, and we only have to leave it for about 1 minute, and then we let it cool down. Okay, so as you can see here, we are at 70 degrees C, so we're going to try and maintain that for about a minute, and then we will transfer it to the next bucket. Okay, so that stood for 1 minute at 70 degrees C. Now we are going to transfer it to the fermentation bucket now. Okay, so I'm not sure if the angle's going to work, and I did do a costume change. Remember, wine can stain your clothes, so either get a really dark set of clothes or some old ones that you don't mind getting stained, because yes, it will do that. Okay, I'll take this spoon out for the moment. Alright, yeah, I'm just going to have to do this slowly. That's a lot of blackberries. Okay, let's use the spoon. Slow and steady. This could make for amusing content on YouTube if I make a mess, but yeah, I'll try and keep my kitchen clean. And yeah, I may not have mentioned this before, sorry, but this is around 1400 kilograms of blackberries, and we're going to try and use roughly the same amount of sugar. But as I have the hydrometer, I'm going to measure the specific gravity to make sure that we have a good amount of fruit to sugar mixture. to this brew. I'm getting brave now, I want to just pour this in. Yeah, everything including this, can't think of the word, this pan has been sterilised. So, alright, I'll leave that in there. Okay, next step, we are going to boil the kettle and we're going to top up this wine must. We're also going to add sugar as well. Okay, right, be back in a minute. Okay, so here we are. So the kettle is boiled, and what we want to do, we're only going to fill it up to about half a gallon for the time being, and this is just because when we add the sugar, the volume is going to increase. So we don't want to put too much water in just yet because we want to get just over a gallon in total. So I'll try and do this with the camera in hand. So let's just add the hot water. There we go. I think that's about right. Playing it safe. Let's put that to one side. Now we're going to slowly add the sugar. Now this is only about 1100 grams of sugar. I couldn't fit it all in this jug, so we're going to put all of this in, and I can probably remove the thermometer now as well. Well, let's just check this volume. Yeah, so we can see that it's steadily going up. Alright, so there we go. So I'm going to add the rest of the sugar off camera, clean this up a bit, and we're just going to stir in that sugar while it's nice and hot as well. Okay, so as you can see, I have added the rest of the sugar and topped this wine must up with just over a gallon of volume in total. Now the reason we go over a gallon is because later on the blackberries will have to be taken out of this, and again that will lower the level of the must left in here. So it's hard to get it exactly right, but there are ways to compensate for that, so it's absolutely fine. Okay, so the next step, we need to let this cool down to about 20 degrees C, and that is when we are going to add our yeast. Okay, so this took about 5 hours to get to about 22 degrees in the end, so that was fun. But now it's probably going to be very hard to get this to come up on camera, but that's at like 1080 on the or 1080 on the specific gravity. So that means this is going to come out around 10-11%, which is exactly what I wanted. Alright, so the next step is we're going to measure out this yeast, and as you can see now, I may have added a bit too much sugar, so we're going to get about a gallon and a half. So I need to measure out 1.5 grams, add it to some warm water, and then put it into the fermentation bucket. Alright, so we added the yeast to some hot water, warm water. It said between 20 and 27 degrees C. Now we're going to stir it in, and then basically we're going to leave it until the morning. So when we come down in the morning, and I will put this in the video, this should have started to bubble. We should see some action on the surface. Alright, so after I finish stirring this, we're going to put the lid on. This will be difficult with the camera. I'll take the spoon out. We're going to put the lid on. We're not going to press it tight because this is primary fermentation. It's quite an aggressive fermentation, so you definitely don't want to put this on tight because it will pop off and you will wake up in the night thinking yeah, something's gone wrong in your kitchen. Okay, so let's come back in the morning. Okay, good morning everybody, and welcome back. Let's have a little look at our wine must. So that is looking great. So you can see that foaming and the occasional bubble on the surface. That means the fermentation is coming along nicely. Yep, there was a bubble just there. Hopefully I caught that. Alright, so yeah, we need to make sure that we keep this around like 22. I think the yeast that I use said 20 degrees C to 27, but I try and aim for around 22, 23, and not above 25 if I can help it. So yeah, and now you may see I may have got a little bit gone in another direction with this anyway. So it turned out when I filled up my the fermentation bucket to just over 1 gallon, this wine was on track to be around it was at least about 15-16%. Now for me that's too strong, so what I did is I diluted it. So I'm looking to get about 1.5 gallons out of this now, and it's around 10 or 11%. So for some people that might be a little bit too weak. For me, honestly, I prefer a wine which is, you know, around the 10, 11, 12 mark. I can enjoy it a little bit more. So, yes, I hope you all enjoyed this. Have a great day, whatever you're doing. And please like, comment and subscribe. That would really help me out. Bye for now, guys.